Hi, my name is Vincent, and in this video, I would like to make a complete beginner-friendly tutorial on how to use Apollo.io. So you will see how to find leads for your business, how to leverage the best lead filters to get better results, and finally, how to export these leads and get their verified emails. My goal is that by the end of this video, you are able to build your list of leads using Apollo.io, and I'm sure it will help you to book more sales calls with your ideal customers, and at the end, you will generate more money. So let's dive in. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is to create a free account on Apollo.io. So if you want to do that, you just need to click the first link in the description and then you will be on this page. Just to let you know that if you use the link in the description, you get the best free trial and the best available deal if one day you upgrade for a paid plan. So that being said, it's time to create our free account. So for that, it's very easy. We can create our account here. Or if you don't have this screen, you just need to go here on the top right of your screen and click on sign up for free. And now on this page, you have the choice. So you can either enter your email or you can sign up with Google or Microsoft. For this tutorial, I will sign up with Google. So here we just need to give our Gmail account and then we click on next. Then we enter our password and then we click on next. Then we click on continue. And now we just need to answer some onboarding questions. So here I just need to give my company name and company website. So company name, give me leads, and my company website, so this is my SaaS, is here. And now I just need to copy and then paste and click on continue. So now I just need to answer 4 questions and then I will have access to my Apollo account. Alright, so as you can see, we have created our account and now we are currently on Apollo.io and you see that we have a lot of things on our screen, but basically this is how Apollo works. So here on the left, you have all the features that you can use on Apollo, and in the middle of your screen, so here, you will be able to use the feature you've selected on the left. Now, just before I show you how to build a list of leads with Apollo, I want to make a quick overview of the features that you can find in Apollo. So with people, companies, lists, and data enrichment, you are able to build a list of leads. So for example, if I click on people, you see that you have filters here that you can use to find your best leads. And of course, because this feature is probably the most important ones on Apollo, I will show you in details how it works. Then here you have sequences, emails, and calls. And basically with Apollo, you can outreach people. So yes, on Apollo, you can send cold emails and you can call people. So if you want to send sequences, you have this feature. If you want to send emails, you have this one. And if you want to manage your calls, you have this feature. And as you can see for calls, it's recommended for teams that call. The next features that you will find on Apollo are more related to CRM because you can manage your meetings, your conversations, and of course your deals. And finally, you will find the features related to tools and automations. So for example, you have tasks, workflows, and analytics. Honestly, I've never used these features. And you see here that we have 2 new features. So website visitors and forms. And if you want to manage your settings, you just need to go here in admin settings, and here you just need to click on all settings, and here you will have all the settings that you can modify on Apollo. Alright, so now that you know how to navigate in Apollo, I want to show you the most important feature that you can find. It's their lead database. So for that, we need to go on Apollo, and here now we just need to go here on top and click on people. So this people feature is the main feature of Apollo, and I will focus on this one specifically for this video because this is how you build a list of leads. So to make it more clear for you, I will just close the sidebar and we will focus on this feature. So the first thing I want to show you is that on the left, you have the most important ones, so the most commonly used filters. But if you want something specific, you just need to click on more filters and find something that might be interesting for you. For example, let's say that you want to target companies that are growing because it means that they might have money because they invest in people. So if you want to have this filter headcount growth on the left part of your screen, you just need to click on pin and then you click on apply filters. And now you see on top that we have headcount growth. Now, just before I show you the filters that you can use, I want to show you something interesting. So here you see that we have total. And it means that Apollo has more than 330 millions of people in the database. And you will see that when you do a search, you will have the number of people who match your filters with this in total. So for example, let's say that we want to target people who are just manager. You see in Apollo that we have 33 million of people who are manager. And of course, you understand that the more filters you add, the less results you will get. All right, so now it's time to see the filters you can use to find your best leads with Apollo. So of course, I will not show you every single filters because it will take too much time and most of them are not useful. So I will show you the most commonly used, and one of the most important filter is this one, job title. So basically with this one, you can say that you can target, for example, people who are founder or head of marketing or manager or head of sales or whatever. So if you want to search a specific job title, you just need to click here and here you type what you want. So for example, let's say we want to target people who are head of sales. So we write head of sales and then we just need to click on head of sales. And now you see that I have a list of people with head of sales in their job title. And you see that with this search, so only head of sales in the job title, we have this number of results. So we have more than 170K results for this search. So of course you can add more job title. So let's say, for example, that you want to target people who are head of sales or head of marketing. So we press enter. Then you will get people who are head of sales or head of marketing or both actually. Quick tip, if you see that you have some bad results, I recommend you to use some quotes. So you write head of sales, for example, within quotes, and you will get only people who are head of sales like this, and not head of sales and so on. VP head of sales, you have only people who are head of sales exactly as you wrote. So as I told you, it's useful if you see some bad results in your search. And by the way, you see that within quotes head of sales, we have only 35K results. So you see that we have less results, but we probably have better leads for this search. In this job title filter, you have exclude, and basically you can exclude some people based on what they have in their job title. Honestly, I don't recommend you to use this exclude function because you will get better results when you write a job title within quotes like head of sales like this. So let's keep head of sales and add more filters. The next filter I want to show you is company. And basically with this one, you can target specific companies. So for example, here we can say that we want people who are head of sales in, let's say, Google, it's perfect. And then you will get people who are head of sales in Google. So this filter company is very useful if you want to target specific companies or if you want to exclude some companies, for example, your existing customers. So for this tutorial, I will not use this filter company. Now let's scroll a little bit, and the next filter I want to show you is location. And basically with this filter, what you can do is to target either people based on their location or based on the headquarters of the company. So if you select contact, you want to target people based on their location. And if you select account HQ, you will filter people based on the headquarters of their company. So for this tutorial, let's say that we want to reach out to people who are based in New York. So for that, what we can do is to click here on Enter Locations. Then here you can select a country, a city, region, and so on. So for this tutorial, let's say that I want to target people based in New York. So New York, US, perfect. And now you see that I have 400 results for this search. If you want, you can select a zip code radius, but for this tutorial, I will keep just New York because that's what I want. Then the next useful filter is the number of employees in the company. So if you click on this filter, here you can select some range. So for example, let's say that we want to target small companies with at least 11 people in it. So we just need to click on it. So between 11 to, let's say, 100. And now you see that I have less results. So I have just a bit less than 200 results. Now, if you want to target a very specific range, you can just click here. And here you can give your range. So for example, let's say that you want to target between 11 people to 110. And then here we have our custom range. But for this tutorial, I want to keep it simple. So I will keep my predefined range like this. And now I want to show you one more useful feature. It's industry and keywords. So with this filter, industry and keywords, you can select a specific industry you want to target. So if you click on it, you have some suggestion. So for example, let's say that you want to target companies in the information technology and services industry. So you just need to click on it. And then you will see that our filter is now applied. Quick tip, if you want to target something specific, I recommend you to use company keywords. And here, for example, you can write SaaS, for example, if you target companies in the SaaS industry. Because here you can't do that. So for example, if I write SaaS, you see that I have nothing. I have computer software, internet, computer networking, but we don't have software as a service. So if you want to target this kind of keywords, or if you don't find what you want here, you just need to go here in company keywords and write what you want. So for example, SaaS, you see that here we have SaaS, SaaS solutions, SaaS platform, and so on. But we have at least SaaS. And with that, we can target SaaS companies. It won't be perfect, but at least it gives you some good results. So if I click on SaaS, you see that I have SaaS companies. So just to give you some ideas for the company keywords, you can target software as a service, agency, and e-commerce. And I give you this example with these three categories because it's not easy to target these industries. All right, so now let's scroll a little bit. And then the next filter I want to show you is buying intent. So with this filter, buying intent, you can find companies with buying intent and active interest in solution like yours. So we just need to click on get started. And here you can select some topics of interest. Honestly, I don't recommend you to use this feature because yes, on the paper, it's amazing, but the reality is that it doesn't work properly. So just forget this filter. And then if I scroll, same here for signals, it might be interesting for some cases, for example, rapid growth or recently promoted. But yeah, I think that it's less useful than these filters here. So as I told you, if you want to have more filters, don't forget to check in the more filters section. And once you are happy with your search, with your filters and the results that you have here, I recommend you to click on Save as a new search. Then you give a name for your search. So let's say head of sales in New York. And then we click on create search. And now you see that if I go here, I can have access to my search more easily. And why I recommend you to save your search? It's because one, you don't want to type your filters every time you do a search. And the second reason, it's because you will get notified when some new leads match your filters and you will get them in net new. So when someone new matches the filters of your search, you will be notified and of course you can reach out to this new lead. All right, so now that you know how to use the lead filters on Apollo to build a list of leads, I want to show you what you can do once you are happy with your list of leads. So here, as you can see, we have a list of leads. And now what you can do is to use Apollo to send some cold emails or even cold call your leads directly in Apollo. So if you want to do that, you just need to go here and click on more options. And then you see that you can select the number of people you want to export. So you can say, for example, you want only 25 people. So you can give the number you want. You can select this page or you can select all your leads. So for this tutorial, I just want to select this page and then I click on apply. And now you see my leads are currently selected. Now, once you've selected some leads, you will have some options. So for example, you can save these people to contacts. You can send an email. You can do a sequence. So you can send multiple emails. You can add them to a list. You can export them, or you can push your leads to your CRM or ATS. For this tutorial, I want to keep things as simple as possible. And I don't recommend you to use Apollo to do some outreach because I think that the tool is a bit complicated and expensive for that. I think that this tool is perfect to build a list of leads easily, but you will find better tools if you want to send cold emails, LinkedIn messages, or if you want to cold call your list of leads. So that's why for this tutorial, I want to export these people into a CSV file. And then what you can do with a CSV file is to upload it directly into your favorite outreach tool. So that's why for this tutorial, I will click on export. And then we have this pop-up. So Apollo tells us that we have the verified emails of the leads. And here we have this option, include catch-all emails. So what I recommend you to do is to include catch-all emails. And because Apollo is not the best at finding emails and verifying emails, I recommend you to use a third-party tool, for example, like Give Me Leads, my tool to then verify your email addresses from Apollo. So that's why I recommend you to click on include catch-all emails and then you verify everything with an external tool like Give Me Leads, for example. So then we click on next. And here we say that we want to export as a CSV. So export all emails. If you want to edit your export CSV settings, you just need to click here. Then we click on edit settings. And here you can select the columns you want to keep in your CSV file when you export your leads. So for this tutorial, I want to keep everything. So I click on cancel. And now if I go back here and I click on save, I say that I agree to terms of services. So I will comply. And now I just need to wait a little bit and I will get my export. All right, so my export is done. And now if I want to see my file, I just need to click on download. And here you see my list of 21 leads. So we have the first name, last name, job title, company name for emails. We have the emails of our leads. I just recommend you to double check these emails with an email verifier like Give Me Leads, for example, because sometimes it will hurt your deliverability to trust Apollo for that. And then if I scroll, you see that we have much more information like seniority, departments, corporate phone, you have the industry, keywords. And I forgot to mention that you have the LinkedIn profile for the leads. and it's actually very useful if you want to personalize your outreach or if you want to send them a LinkedIn message. So if I scroll, you see that we have a lot of information that you can use. And then what you can do with this CSV file is to either upload it in your CRM or your favorite outreach tool. So that's it for this beginner tutorial on how to use Apollo.io to find leads. Now, if you really want to take care of your deliverability and double check the email addresses from Apollo, you can try Give Me Leads for free, and you have a link in the description. And now, if you want to see a complete beginner-friendly tutorial on how to send cold emails to your leads, I've made a tutorial on smartlead.ai. So if you are interested, you can click somewhere on the screen. It was Vincent. I wish you a nice day, and I see you in the next video. Bye-bye.